obviously early in the week, but what have you guys seen from what Southern Illinois likes to do on offense?
Well, I think what they've done offensively, they return a very experienced quarterback. Transferred a couple years ago from Eastern Michigan, and he's a guy that can run some read zone. Has been able to throw the ball well, and I think they've got quite a few talented receivers back. They've done a good job last year. Their tight end, who went to a third-round draft choice, they've had great utilization of their tight end. So we anticipate tight end being an important part of the package as well.
Rashard Fant coming into this camp. Has he kind of responded to that? What have you seen this month?
Absolutely. I think he's responded from a leadership role. He's responded from playmaker. He's done some things that he was challenged in the spring. Ben Bach put a lot of pressure on him in the spring, and they came out of the spring pretty close, but Rashard Fant really has stepped up at the corner position.
Kevin mentioned your defensive line in particular put a lot of pressure on Nate the last week. Is it just like a eureka moment kicked in? What turned it on?
Well, I think guys are getting healthier. Some of our guys that maybe were banged up a little bit are getting healthier, so we're getting some guys back, but also just competition. That's a deep position for us. It's supposed to be one of the strengths of our team, and we've challenged them. From a standpoint of ball disruption, those guys, we had in our last scrimmage, we had 2 huge tips, batted down passes. So, I think the length, the size we have up front, and what we've done over the last 10 days from a pass rush standpoint has been outstanding.
That he's seen more trust with guys this year than he has maybe in the past. Have you seen that?
I think so. I think continuity from a standpoint of guys. Most of our guys that are going to be playing were here last spring, were here last fall. So just continuity of those guys being together, continuity of the staff. All our staff's back. So I think all those tied in together, there's going to be a lot more trust and a lot more believing in each other.
How much do you feel like, I know they've got a very experienced quarterback, how much do you feel like they're going to try and test your secondary this weekend?
I think they will. I think that, certainly first game of the season, you got to be prepared for anything. And, gone into situations like this. They've got some transfers coming in, so you don't quite know exactly talent-wise who's going to be new, who's going to be the threats, but we're preparing for everything. And I think, we've got some experienced guys coming back. Chase Dutra is a guy who has been a great quarterback for us back there. And so while Keontae Walton and Tony Fields have played some football for us, neither one have started. So whether it's because we don't have a lot of experienced starters back there, we possibly could get tested.
Now, how has that kind of helped the defensive line, and has that led to losing any signs?
Well, I don't think that, I think that we're still a big physical line. We'll still be about 300 across the line, and from a standpoint, we should be a lot quicker. I think it's helped a lot on our pass rush. Darius Latham, Ralph Green, even A.J. Rayner have all dropped some weight, and it's made them a lot quicker and a lot better pass rushers. And Mangieri, on the other hand, moving Mangieri to end, I think it's going to be a great move for Nick. Nick's has gained about probably 12 pounds since he played out last year, and I think he's in a more natural position for him coming off the edge.
Coach Wilson talked about the secondary as being a work in progress, but work with it. Can you expand upon that a little bit? In other words, he was saying, yeah, there's progress needs to be made, but he sees it as being potentially possible.
Well, I think that our secondary, from a standpoint of guys that have been asked to step up what we're doing, they're going to be challenged. There's a couple young guys. Jonathan Crawford is a safety that's done some great things this summer, and also Andre Brown is a corner from Atlanta that's done some great things, and with the ability to work with them all summer. It's a little bit different than it's been in the past. So you've had opportunities to spend time with them, not on the field, but in the classroom. And so I think freshmen these days are a little bit different. They've worked out all summer. They've had player practices, so they've came in a little bit better prepared maybe than obviously they've had in the past.
Greg Gooch moving to Bandit. What does that mean for Niles Sykes?
Well, I think what we have out there, we've got 3 guys that can be great edge rushers, and to be able to get at least 2 of them on the field at a time in any kind of nickel situations, any kind of pass rush situations, trying to get more dynamic guys on the edge. And I think both of them. Greg Gooch was an edge pass rusher in high school, and so with his ability, his strength out there, can I think has also kind of put some heat on Niall. And Niall's had a great last 2 weeks.
And who's about 6'7", is he going to give you a little bit of a difficulty there with matchup-wise?
Well, I think so. But our bandit position's a position where we're pretty physical. Our bandits are, which is our defensive end outside backers, are 250 plus. So we shouldn't be outmatched there from a standpoint. They're some of the strongest guys we have on the team. But he's 6'7". I think he's 260 pounds. So from a physical standpoint, we certainly are aware of him.
Secondary is one of the strengths of the team at this point. How much of that is credited to Chase Dutra's leadership?
Well, I think a lot of it is. Chase is really the guy that's had the most experience back, and it's been a guy that kind of kept the young guys intact back there. As a free safety position, we moved him from strong to free safety. He makes a lot of the checks, a lot of the communication back there. I think he eases those guys a little bit when he's back there. And he's been a great playmaker this summer as well.
In terms of, this is the second year in your system. What benefits have been gleaned from that, just the kids being familiar with it?
I think certainly whether it's familiarity with the calls, familiarity with their assignments. We've moved a few guys, but the guys we've moved, Dutra and Mangieri, are some of the sharpest guys on our team. So they knew the positions, knew what the assignments were, but most of our guys are in the same positions. We're asking them to do many of the same things we did last year. We actually moved put Latham and Green in a better position for them from a standpoint of letting them do what they do best. But I think just overall from our guys, having 2 springs and a fall in the system, whether it's their blitz techniques, hopefully we're seeing benefits right now on the ability we've been able to get after our offense a little bit. Guys feeling better. Our offense has gone against us for 15 practices in the spring and 20-some practices now, and so they'll know us a little bit better than our opponents will, and we're feeling pretty good about being able to compete with them.
All right, thanks, Brian.
All right, thank you.